everybody. Welcome to another episode of 10 रुपए की पेप्सी हमारा शाहरुख sexy बहुत sexy.
Nice.
This is the mode I am in. I am very sexy. Today we are discussing Baazigar. This was my pick. I chose Baazigar we usually guess the movie, but this was not a guess movie because मैंने पहले से ही please बाजीगर करते हैं थिएटर में आ रही है please guys करके we decided. So yeah, that's the reason I picked Baazigar. Baazigar has been, I'm not even sure when I watched it the first time as a child. It came in 1993, the year I was born. So it's a little crazy that I'm so obsessed with the movie which came in the year I didn't even understand anything. Also, I feel old. But बट मैंने बहुत बचपन में काफी बार देखी होगी, उसके बाद से नहीं देखी है, लेकिन फिर भी मेरे को मूवी का बहुत इम्पैक्ट रहा है. लाइक ऑफ कोर्स द म्यूजिक इज क्रेजी, शाहरुख खान इज लाइक अमेजिंग, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. So many things to talk about the movie that we will get once I try to do the plot summary. But फिर भी मेरे को काफी मूवी याद है, and that's why I wanted to really rewatch बाजीगर, क्योंकि मैंने बचपन के बाद नहीं देखी है. I'm not sure तुम लोगों
I'm
का क्या,
surprised by
तुम्हें
that
कितने.
actually. Like even I've
Wait,
watched it as an adult. I
हाँ
don't
आते
know
रहती है
that you
टीवी
haven't
पे आ
seen it.
जाती है.
यार मेरे घर पे एक तो काफी टाइम से केबल टीवी नहीं है. मैंने आई थिंक 11th के बाद से टीवी एज एन नहीं देखा है.
तुमने बचपन में
और
टीवी
टीवी
कहाँ
नहीं देखा है?
देखा? मूवीज कहाँ देखे?
मतलब बचपन में टीवी देखा है, 10th के बाद से मैंने बहुत
अच्छा,
ऐसे एक्टिवली टीवी नहीं देखा है.
बोर्ड
लाइक
एग्जाम्स.
माय, हाँ लाइक उसके
तो
बाद से आई वाज
यार
लाइक
10 से
अच्छी
12वीं के
बच्ची.
बाद तो तुम कॉलेज ही आ जाता है, फिर तो मतलब तुम कुछ चीजें देख
हाँ
सकते हो, बहुत
हाँ.
कुछ. तो 10वीं के पहले तो मूवी आते रहती थी ना ये.
हाँ,
नहीं
10
तब
के
नहीं
पहले
देखी.
मतलब एज एन एडल्ट नहीं देखी है, बचपन में बहुत देखी है. आई थिंक 8-10 साल 12 साल की उम्र तक देखी होगी. उसके बाद से मेरे को नहीं,
गॉट
एज
इट.
एन एडल्ट मैंने खुद से लगा के नहीं देखी है. And I've been waiting that I'll find a moment where I'll rewatch Baazigar because in my head I'd made a huge thing about the movie, rightly so. Yes, that is why I picked it, and it's been a long introduction to why I picked it. So now we will do a quick summary, which I will try to take help from Deeksha and Digvijay. Um, and so yeah, Baazigar, the plot summary of it is that Ajay, child Shah Rukh Khan, loses everything for some reason that we know about later in the movie. And he's surviving by doing odd jobs as a child, 12-year-old child, to save her mother. His mother is not doing well. So you see revenge in a child, Shah Rukh Khan's eyes, or Ajay's eyes, and then this guy becomes older Shah Rukh Khan. Why I'm calling him older child Shah Rukh Khan and bigger
Younger
child Shah
Shah
Rukh
Rukh
Khan?
Khan,
I have
older
no
Shah Rukh
Yeah,
Khan.
idea.
because Preeti is gonna give one informant which is gonna talk about Ajay as the young Shah Rukh Khan also. Not as the child actor who played the young Ajay, but Ajay who plays the young
The
Shah
young
Rukh
Shah
Khan.
Rukh
But yeah, anyway, coming back, so वो बड़ा हो जाता है और we see कि वो मुंबई जा रहा है सक्सेस, कामयाबी की तलाश में और बदले की तलाश में. बदला is in brackets, but he is in love with a girl called Seema. Later on, we
played by
also
Shilpa
see कि,
Shetty. Played by Shilpa Shetty.
yeah, played by
Her
Shilpa
debut, by the
Shetty,
way.
debut for Shilpa Shetty.
Yeah.
And then he also, like in that, you realize that he's a mamuli aadmi. He says multiple times in the movie with Shilpa that the reason their relationship has to be a secret is because he's a nobody, and since she is too rich and all that we are told many times. So nobody should know about the relationship, although he's plotting a revenge. So now he is realizing that मामूली आदमी बन के तुम शर्मा जी का, क्या चोपड़ा जी का, मदन चोपड़ा जी का दिल नहीं जीत सकते हो. So he goes become all fancy car racer and comes as Vicky Malhotra, identity theft करके. Kajol falls in love with him. Now, of course, they are romancing and all that happens. And उसने उसका trust भी जीत लिया विक्की मल्होत्रा का, because वो हार के जीत जाता है रेस, और जीत के हार जाता है रेस, whatever we want to say that. But again, from this, once he's in love with her and he knows that this is a better way to get his revenge, he has to take care of Seema. How he
Wait,
takes care
just
of
a
it
pause
is
there.
quote
You guys
quote unquote
really
take
think
care.
that Ajay was in love with Seema? I thought it was fake
No, of
as
course
fuck.
not.
Like,
no,
No,
no.
okay.
no. He was in love with
He was
Kajol, like Priya.
Kajol.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
he was
think
in love with
I feel
Kajol.
like that also happened later. Like, I don't think he
Later.
fell
Yeah,
in
yeah.
love with
It
her
was
and
never.
then decided that this is a better this thing. I
Yeah,
think he
yeah.
was
Never,
pretending
never.
for the most of the part with both of the women. And towards the end, yeah, I think he did genuinely love Priya.
Seema
But
he never loved. Seema he never
Seema
loved.
yeah,
he
She
never
was
loved.
a means to an end, very simply. Priya, towards the end, he falls in love with her. Of course.
Right. I think that's why also killing her. Spoiler alert. He kills Seema.
I
Because
don't think it's a spoiler. I think this scene is so
I mean, if
famous,
you don't
everybody
know
knows.
this,
Then it's okay for you to know now. ये कोई spoiler तो नहीं है.
if you don't know this,
हाँ,
you're listening to the wrong podcast.
wrong podcast. I swear.
so yeah, he
Uh,
kills her, and how he kills that whole plot is a big plot that I would not like to ruin for people who don't know it. And then yeah, this causes a series of murders of innocent people, and that's how the plot progresses. And he actually does take the revenge later on, and yeah, then that's the plot of the movie basically.
Sorry,
Did I
हमको
miss
मेरे को
something or
लगता है
did I?
हमने प्रीति का flow थोड़ा तोड़ दिया बीच में.
Preeti,
Suddenly,
that is like a
scene by
very
scene
bad plot.
explanation.
मदन चोपड़ा नहीं बताया यार तुमने किसके अगेंस्ट रिवेंज ले रहा है कौन है क्या कर रहा है शाहरुख खान मूवी में
Okay,
like
Preeti,
the
take
father.
two. Take two. Let's start again from the point where Shah Rukh decides that Kajol is the better way to get revenge than
But why? Who are these
Shilpa
people?
Shetty.
Why
Yeah.
is he choosing
Why
them
is
to
he
take
choosing to
revenge?
get revenge?
Yes, so वो हमें पता चलता है फ्लैशबैक्स के थ्रू
Yeah.
जो कि 90s स्टाइल में काफी नेगेटिव फ्लैशबैक्स होते हैं, नाइटमेयर्स में आते हैं और कभी कभी बताते हुए आते हैं. So Madan Chopra had taken away all his wealth, his father's wealth, which caused the family in distress. And by using like the whole power of attorney thing, 90s में property rights were a big deal. I know about property rights. I think because of now Karan Arjun, I can only
And
think of
Josh.
Karan Arjun at the moment. Yeah, Karan Arjun, Josh तो चलो early 2000s हो गया. And Baazigar, like power of attorney as a word, I think मैंने पहली बार बचपन में तभी सुना था. और तब से मुझे लगता है कि भाई ये तो ट्रस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए लोगों को, कभी पावर ऑफ अटॉर्नी नहीं देनी चाहिए. सो आई थिंक दैट वाज anyway, I am moving away still from the plot, but yes, so power of attorney ले लेता है मदन चोपड़ा उसको विश्वासघात करके, और फिर उनके
विश्वासघात.
सारे प्रॉपर्टीज लेके उनको नाम चेंज कर देता है शर्मा से चोपड़ा. एंड वो लोग रोड पे आ जाते हैं जिसकी वजह से द फादर dies like of a heart attack in a rain when he's going to take the medicines for the baby girl, and the baby girl also dies because she's sick. And so basically there is no one left, and the mother played by Rakhi loses her memory, उसको amnesia हो जाता है trauma की वजह से, and that's why Shah Rukh Khan, like Ajay, is left with no money, no love, and nobody to take his care. He has to be a caregiver to the grieving mom. So that is why he wants to take the revenge. Am I now doing a better job at explaining this? Please tell me.
Yes.
Yes.
Now we know why he's taking
Yeah.
revenge against whom. Good
Yeah, I
job,
mean, you
Preeti.
can't give a plot summary without using the words power of attorney, bro. वो तो essential है.
Like, कौन है मदन चोपड़ा कौन है ये but yeah that is
Salam
essentially
aayega Madan Chopra is the plot I want to say. But yes,
Salam.
that's the
Yes. Oh God, yeah. But damn, what a movie! Like, right? Like, what a movie!
what a
movie,
man.
dude. Holy
Absolutely
shit.
mind-blowingly brilliant. Like,
मतलब मैं तो इतने बार फ्लोर हो है ना रिवॉच कर सकते हैं. मैंने उसके बाद आके भी यूट्यूब पे थोड़ी थोड़ी देखी है.
मैंने तो पूरी देख ली.
मैंने
Like,
तो
I
पूरी
watched
देखी
it in
दोबारा
the
देखी है.
yeah, I watched it in the theater
Yeah.
last weekend, and then like day before yesterday, I just asked my parents कि you guys also want to watch? Come, let's watch. पूरा फिर से शुरू से बैठ के देखा
Yeah.
Prime पे. Oh, it's on Amazon Prime, by the way.
and YouTube.
And YouTube.
and YouTube.
अच्छा YouTube
But
पे भी है, मुझे नहीं पता
yeah,
था.
yeah. But we didn't watch it on Amazon Prime. We didn't watch it on
We
YouTube
watched it in the
first.
theaters.
We watched it in the
Separately,
theaters
by the way,
separately,
we
of
all
course.
live in different cities. We are not sitting in one room and recording this. People ask me all the
Yeah.
time. So you guys just meet every weekend and do this. I'm like, no, we
They
eat.
ask
Meet
you that.
कैसे नहीं है हमारे पास.
But
Yeah.
that would be cool though. But then you have to invest in mics and all of that. अभी zoom कर देता है हमारे लिए.
Yeah.
उसके लिए हमारे
Cool.
पास मदन चोपड़ा जितने पैसे होने चाहिए ताकि हम हर हफ्ते यहाँ से वहां उड़ उड़ के पॉडकास्ट कर सके.
Yeah, dude.
बट हाँ, हम तीनों ने अलग अलग दिन, यू एंड आई दीक्षा वॉच इट एट द सेम टाइम इन डिफरेंट सिटीज.
Yeah.
आई थिंक सेम, हम ऑलमोस्ट सेम प्लॉट लाइक टाइम पे चल रही थी, हमारे
Yeah,
सिमिलर टाइम पे
exactly
चल रही थी
same time
हमारी
पे चल
मूवी.
रहा था, I think. Yeah.
हाँ, डिगी वॉच्ड
But
इट वन डे बिफोर अस.
brilliant experience
Yes.
watching it in the theater. Like everyone almost in that screen knew the plot, knew what was happening. So there was like more hooting, more like, you know, people were saying the dialogue along with Shah Rukh Khan ki Sailab aayega Madan Chopra. And I mean, not just that, but like, you know, there were a lot of these jokes that you miss when you're watching it the first time. Like when
हाँ.
when Priya is like telling Seema that, like, you know, I met this guy. If you ever meet him, you'll feel like jumping off of a building. And everyone in the theater just like burst out laughing, okay, because everyone knows what's about to happen there
Yeah.
with Shilpa Shetty. And it was like such funny foreshadowing. Johnny Liver scenes were just next level. Like उसका comic timing भाई, वो जो चाय वाला scene होता है जिसमें वो नमक में पानी में नमक mix करके लाता है और उसको दे देता है. And that guy, I don't remember
Dr.
his name,
Rustam वाला.
Hasmukh
Dr.
bhai, whatever.
Rustam.
He's also sitting there and he's drinking it also. And they both just look at each other and keep laughing. My God, I lost my shit at that scene. It was so tilty, so funny. And like,
I also
just
love it how he says कि ये अमीर लोगों की चाय ऐसी होती होगी, पी लो पी लो.
But it was such a good movie, such a good cinematic experience. Like I had so much fun watching this film. And I mean,
Yeah.
it just honestly made me want to watch more 90s films in theaters because like there's just more filminess to 90s movies, you know? Like you don't get that
Mhm.
feel anymore when you go to the theater for a movie these days. But
Yeah.
it was so good. Like it was amazingly told story. The plot unfolded so well. Really great performances. Kajol was also outstanding, and Shah Rukh was, my God, Shah Rukh was like peak Shah Rukh, peak, like, you know,
Each Shah Rukh.
obsessive, angry, early 90s Shah Rukh. And I just loved it. I loved it so much.
Oof. Like that was what I was saying throughout the movie in the theater. Like, wow, man, Shah Rukh is so good. But Diggy, you saw it in Mumbai
Yeah, I saw it in Mumbai.
with special guests.
With
Tell us more
special
about
guests.
it.
Yeah. तो एक तो मैंने मूवी पहले थिएटर में कभी नहीं देखी. Of course, I was about 2 years old when the movie came out, and तो we saw it obviously. कभी आई होगी जी सिनेमा वगैरह, 2-3 बार देखी, फिर कभी कभी OTT पे खुद से लगा के देख ली. So I watched the movie few times, but this was like the first time watching it शुरू से end तक in the theater. And since I live in Mumbai, I went to watch it in Andheri on a Saturday afternoon. And we had obviously special guests in the movie. मतलब guest क्या उन्हीं की movie है. So there was Anu Malik 2 seats ahead of me. There was Abbas Mastan, who were the directors of the movie, to my right, a seat ahead. And this is the funniest shit ever, right? I have to tell this incident. I'm sitting alone, right? I was supposed to go with somebody who didn't come. So I'm sitting alone. On the left, there's an elderly gentleman and his young grandson, sort of a person who's come and watch like constantly on his phone. And this elderly gentleman is constantly sort of telling this guy, "ये देख, ये movie का ये part." Or I can't hear what he's saying, but he's very ecstatic. So I'm messaging you guys कि यार this is so cool ना, this guy is so into the movie, but वो लड़का है, वो involved ही नहीं है, वो सिर्फ अपने मुंह फोन पे लगा हुआ है. But this uncle is such a big fan. And of course, the interval I saw Abbas Mastan and I saw Anu Malik. They were right there. I went and met them also. At which point, this uncle next to me goes up to Abbas Mastan and they start talking. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. He's not a man. He's not a fan. He's probably involved in the movie. He must have worked on it. कुछ करा होगा. So fine. I come back. They come back with popcorn and all. And now I'm just very curious. कि ये है कौन? Like, what has he done for this movie? And I'm thinking maybe like a set designer or something. Right? He sees a car, he points it out. He sees a location, he points that out. So मैंने पूछा, मैं कहा, sir, did you work on this movie? And he just looks at me. smiles and say, "Beta, I am the producer of the movie." And I was like, shit.
Dude, that
Oh
is such a good
man.
story, and that is like,
Swear.
matlab, because we were there when it was being played out, right? It was just
Yeah.
so mindfuck to figure out कि fuck, Diggi ने movie के producer के बगल में बैठ के movie देखी है,
Yeah,
बाजीगर.
the producer on the left, the director on the right, the music director in front of me. I was like and the cutest part was Abbas and Stan are also on their phones recording the iconic scenes यार.
Oh,
उनके पास
so
पड़ा होगा
cute.
पूरा tape अपने घर पे पुराना original. वो फिर भी record कर रहे हैं पूरा scene दोनों. It was the funniest shit. Like, and the whole experience, like I was in tears by the end of it. One, such an overwhelming experience and such a good movie. The climax was obviously very emotional. And then I went up to Abbas Mastan also. I told them also, okay, like, thank you for giving me this opportunity to experience this in the theater. I would never have thought. The normal
Oh,
TV पे देखा था.
Diggi.
Yeah, it
So
was,
cute.
and
You are
So
they got a
iconic,
standing
man.
ovation
Like
also.
31,
Iconic.
32 years after this movie came out for the first time,
Yeah,
it's in theaters and it's packed. Like the Saturday show was
yeah,
sold out when I was checking. Sunday show also we got like what, third row, fourth row tickets. It's not, it wasn't like, कि पूरा theater खाली पड़ा है or anything. It's like packed. It's running packed 30 years later. It's like such a
yeah.
cultural impact, such a fantastic film. It's too much fun
यार बिल्कुल.
watching it again.
मैं तो बहुत रो गई थी एंड में. लाइक एंड में तो मैं भी एकदम मस्त रोई थी. But it was so funny too. Like whenever Anu Malik, like when Anu Malik comes in the song, छुपाना भी नहीं आता. Even though there was no Anu Malik in our theater, unlike how Diggi had it, still people were hooting for Anu Malik. अरे वाह, उसको भी screen time दिया. अरे वाह, it was just
हमारे में तो बहुत hooting हुई थी because everybody has seen him in the interval sort of. He was singing to Abbas Mastan in the interval. उन साथ खड़े हो गए. तो वहां तो बहुत hooting हुई थी. Like अनमोल के लाइफ में पहली बार उसको hooting मिली होगी when he's coming on screen. But yeah,
Did
that
he sing
was
मैं मिला तू मिली मैं मिला तू मिली दुनिया चल
no,
पे
Preeti,
चली.
you're the only one who's obsessed with that part of that song. किसी को नहीं याद रहता है वो.
I have an anecdote to share. So obviously,
Yeah.
I was not around when the movie released. I was born a year or two later. But the movie came out the same year that my parents got married. And per their recollection, it was the first movie that they watched as like a newlywed couple, right? So they went to this single screen theater in Bangalore, Kaveri Theater, to watch it. This is 30 years ago, right? And obviously, my dad likes to be extremely on time for things. So they were very early for the movie. So they decided to go to the temple behind the theater because they had time to kill. And मेरे पापा के चप्पल चोरी हो गए.
Oh shit.
वो लोग वैसे ही पूरी मूवी देख के आए. Dad was barefoot for the whole thing, and they
This game
remember this.
over.
Yeah, and they remember this. This is their memory of बाजीगर. कि वो पापा के
Oh
चप्पल
God.
चोरी हो गए थे और पूरी मूवी वैसे देख के
Man.
आए. But
Good they watched it again. You gave them a
yeah.
better memory around it.
And my dad was like so convinced that this is Kajol's first film. I'm like, no, it's not. I checked on Wikipedia. She did another one before this. He's like, anything she did before this is irrelevant. This is the only thing people remember her for. Like because she is really iconic. Okay, she's gorgeous pehle to. Like, matlab, just fresh
Yeah.
face and like, her eyes are sparkling and like she's got such spunk and confidence and like she's just killing it. Her dialogues are great, delivery is great. Everything was just fantastic about her performance also. Like I have no flaws to find in Kajol or in Shah Rukh in this film. Like I think this was their first pairing together, right? Like Kajol, Shah Rukh.
Yeah. It's
This is
Kajol's
before
second movie overall. She's
yeah,
18
yeah.
she was 18 at this point.
Oh wow, okay.
Imagine, like, yeah.
This is their first pairing, I think. So जब वो release हुई
It's
थी उस
it's
time
her
पे.
second movie.
Yeah.
So it has to be their first pairing.
And Kajol's role is super, like I really like that she's so, like, I don't know what the word, ballsy also. Like she's never shown as bichari. Never once I
Huh.
Yeah.
felt कि
And
मतलब she
she's
was
not
like
too enamored by Shah Rukh also.
हाँ, like she
हाँ.
is like
मतलब she's
like
not to the
fully so
extent
in
that
the
I
beginning.
trust him with everything. When
हाँ.
it comes to
Like
her
she
sister's
has
thing,
her
she keeps it
doubts.
away. हाँ.
She has her doubts. And मतलब जो पूरा गाड़ी वाला scene है जब वो गुंडे मतलब he's buying that sports car for her and then she says अच्छा मेरे को चलानी है and then Shah Rukh says नहीं and then she just tells him कि अच्छा ये चाहिए something and then वो लेके चली जाती है, and then when the gundas or whatever guys come and follow her and try to tease her, she's like, क्यों मेरे पीछे क्यों किया, मेरे गाड़ी आगे क्यों लगाए, how dare you and all that, you know. So I think like she's always unscared like of all this, even though Shah Rukh comes and saves her, but it's not the plot, like that's how I did feel. प्लस द होल जब उसको पता चल जाता है कि ही हैज एक्चुअली किल्ड हर सिस्टर, व्हेन वो उसको मंगलसूत्र देखती है एंड ऑल दैट, देन आल्सो शी इज नॉट स्कैर्ड एट ऑल, लाइक तब भी उसको
Yeah,
डर नहीं लग रहा है उससे कि
that
वो
was
मर्डरर
like,
है, उसको मालूम है।
yeah. कि मतलब you just found out this guy murdered your sister बेरहमी से, वो मतलब छत पे से फेंक दिया उसको, and your
Murder
reaction is
other
just to say,
people as well.
yeah, and your
Yeah.
The
reaction is
Ravi
not
as
to fear
well.
for your life, but to be like, how could you do this? I'm like, wow.
हाँ कि तुमने इधर डायलॉग है, तुमने उसको मारा ही नहीं और मेरे साथ तुमने प्यार का धोखा भी किया।
Like,
It
I'm
was-
not worried about what's happening to me next. I'm like, how dare you?
यार
But it's
लेकिन
yeah, and to shine in a movie where this is Shah Rukh's movie, right? This is
Yeah.
completely Shah Rukh's movie, and to shine in this movie, even when you look at now with all the history that this was Shah Rukh's breakout role, sort of, and she's still doing a really good job in it. So, मतलब it's and at what like 18 years, that's insane. अलग ही talent है.
और
Like
फैशन भी
the
ठीक है, मतलब
ideal nepo kid.
Except for that one or two
आइडिया
90s that they wore,
90s।
हाँ,
which was
mostly
so,
fashion is good in this. मैंने भी देखा है इस बार. Like I looked at Shilpa Shetty was wearing this amazing denim सी jacket with like I don't know the t-shirt
किताबें
वगैरह.
बहुत सी में ना,
Yeah.
हाँ,
yeah.
उसके एकदम पहले she was wearing that denim jacket. She's looking and I had the hugest crush on Shilpa Shetty. Like it was Shilpa Shetty and then Preeti Zinta. That's how my crushes progressed. And like I used to keep going. I couldn't say Shilpa. I was too young. But I would call her Shilpa Shetty. I was that young, like छोटा सा था मैं, and like I had a big crush on
Shipping
her.
for her, shipping for
I,
Shilpa Shetty.
yeah, and seeing her like I didn't know this was a debut. I found out like after I like during Baazigar, and everybody's done such a good job. Kajol, Shilpa Shetty, Shah Rukh Khan, of course.
Johnny
without
Liver,
any doubt,
dude, don't
Johnny
don't
Lever,
miss him.
Johnny Lever is his most of his stuff is improvised. You know,
Yeah,
most of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
I
things
could,
he's
I
done in
mean,
this
I
movie
could
has been
believe that. I didn't
improvised.
know it, but yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, random
Also on
Rajesh Srivastava,
improvisation,
Rajesh
yeah.
Srivastava cameo. Like, I don't know if it was a cameo or like maybe he was just a junior artist back then, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you this as a quiz पहले, फिर अब तो मैंने क्रॉस कर दिया था पहले भी उसको, but now I've crossed it more because now you guys noticed it कि
क्या
Rajesh
था
Srivastava
राजा
was
आज
also
हाँ मैंने नोट में अपने लिखा हुआ है राजू श्रीवास्तव and he has a sizable chunk यार, it's not even come and go है, he has a sizable chunk, good 5
Come and
odd
go ही
minutes of
था,
screen time.
मतलब
अरे
sizable तो
नहीं
नहीं
start
था.
2 बार आता है
he's
ना उस
just
screen
a
पे.
lover who, like, not even lovers, like these are
Yeah,
He
two
comes
friends who are just
twice.
obsessed
He
with
comes
Shilpa Shetty twice thrice, I think.
he
पार्टी
comes
में
हाँ,
काफी
मतलब
screen
twice.
I
time
don't
है
even
पार्टी
उसका।
में कितना
recollect any dialogue that he made.
It's
Like उसके
my
साथ
life,
जो बंदा
it's
था,
my life.
हाँ, dialogue is not important. He and the other guy who's Charlie, they just dance a
Charlie.
lot and
yeah, but
they
even
play
between the two of them, I felt like Charlie was being मतलब उस पे ज्यादा
Creepy.
कैमरा जा रहा था than the
yeah, actually if you know we know Raju Srivastava, so we are noticing
हाँ
him. Had we
yeah,
not known him, like ये कौन है, we don't know, we would have
exactly.
probably looked. You're right.
You know, we were
Fair
talking
enough.
about improvisation, so I wanted to tell you also कि वो जो सीन है जिसमें वो उसका मर्डर कर देता है रवि का उसके कमरे में जाके, और वो फोटो फाड़ता है जिसमें उसकी फोटो होती है, लाइक द पार्टी शिल्पा शेट्टी बर्थडे, नो अंजलि's बर्थडे पार्टी,
Yeah.
जिसमें शीशे के पीछे वो होता है। तो वो उसको फोटो को जब वो फाड़ता है तो
यार
लाइक इट वाज रिटन।
नहीं प्लीज, ये मेरा सिम मोमेंट था. I wanted to talk about it. बोल चल अब तू. बोल. I
No,
will
I'm
talk about
not
it
saying
again.
anything. You can talk about it again. ऐसे कोई रोक
बोल.
नहीं
Yeah.
रहा हमें।
No, it's okay.
अपना ही zoom है guys।
नहीं, my sim moment comes a little after this, but okay, go ahead.
हाँ, पर जब वो
Yeah.
like he eats the paper up, right? He eats
Yeah.
the photo up. So it was not
It was
planned.
not.
It was all
Yeah,
showered.
it was
Yeah.
improvised. Like he was supposed to
Yeah, it
tear
was
it
his
up and then he eats
improvisation.
it.
हाँ, so that eating is how well it's done. But yeah, it was also improvisation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was very creepy, by the way. Like, I mean, it's supposed to be creepy, but it delivered
I know
on
Shah Rukh
top.
thought of this. Okay, how can I make this character creepier? I've just murdered a woman, stuffed her in a suitcase. अब मैं ऐसा क्या करूँ?
यार मतलब मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि हम मेरे लिए वो सूटकेस इज सच अ मेमोरी। ओके, मेरे को कुछ भी नहीं याद होगा तो भी मेरे को बचपन से वो सारे मर्डर्स याद थे, स्पेशली द सूटकेस वन। एंड आई एम जस्ट लाइक दिस गाय रियली किल 3 people हु आर इनोसेंट। ओके, मतलब ठीक है
कंप्लीटली
उसको हमें
इनोसेंट,
बदला
जो
लेना है,
कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ा उसने उनका। हाँ।
भाई फिर भी वो मेरे को हॉट क्यों लग रहा था यार?
वो तो
I did
तुम्हारी
not see
प्रॉब्लम
where
है।
that sentence was
Ah,
going.
I swear, I thought it would be a commentary on, why is he still revered, why eventually everybody feels nice for him, फिर भी hero character है। नहीं, प्रीति को hot लग रहा है वो।
Wait.
Not
What was
sure.
that comment she made about his shorts? Ki, how gracefully is he pulling them
हाँ,
up?
he's carrying
And for
them so
reference,
gracefully। छोटी सी tight shorts है उसकी,
these
upper
are the
thighs में हल्की
shorts
सी 3 इंच cover कर रही है।
that he's wearing in Baazigar oh Baazigar when they're both
Yeah.
in like swimwear and dancing around, and he's wearing denim shorts, and Preeti's like, oh, such graceful looks he's
Graceful।
giving in these shorts. And I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
लेकिन nobody does it better than Shah Rukh Khan. How many men do you see in shorts dancing to Baazigar or like any main title
How
track?
many
Only
men
सिर्फ
do I
men
see
used to
dancing
like.
to Baazigar oh Baazigar? One. His
Like,
name is Shah Rukh Khan. Like the sample
मेरे
set.
इमोशंस मेरे इमोशंस का गलत फायदा उठाया जा रहा है मेरे पति।
Oh yeah। No, but fair यार, you found him hot, that's okay। That's absolutely fine। क्या कर सकते हैं।
So now that we have mentioned the super amazing shots that he wears in the song, let's also talk about the song Baazigar oh Baazigar. I think I have obsessed over this song since I was a child. And I'm still obsessing over this song clearly. मैं मूवी देखने से पहले वो वीडियो देख के गई थी एक बारी, so that I don't lose my shit when the song comes, because मेरे को गाना बहुत ही ज्यादा पसंद है।
I bet
When
you
I
still
was a
lost your shit.
kid, I still did actually। मतलब यार क्या टोन लेग्स है यार, क्या टोन टांगे हैं उसमें शाहरुख खान के उस गाने में।
So graceful. So graceful.
I promise you this, I'm pretty sure a lot of people watched it this time, and I don't know how many people watched it originally। तो उसकी टोन्ड टांगे तो बहुत कम लोगों ने देखी होगी in बाजीगर मूवी। You would be the top 0.00001 percentile who are
I
looking
think
at
वो
Shah Rukh Khan's
fantasize
toned
कर रही है।
legs।
Kajol is fantasizing him in his shorts. Okay, I approve. I appreciate. Yes, Kajol, and also like
She
how
also
this.
fantasized about him wearing a cape and a mask. And the cape has Baazigar written on it in silver writing. And the mask is like, oh my god, just a Sasta Krish outfit that he's wearing. But yeah, go
It's
on.
not Sasta Krish. I think it's a Zorro. Like give me Zorro Baazigar for the 90s. But yeah, वो मतलब even the scene that basically gives birth to this fantasization is when वो हार जाता है उस रेस को, एंड देन ही कम्स बैक टू हर, आप इतनी सुंदर लड़की का दिल दुख जाता, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, दैट्स व्हाई मैं हार गया। और कभी कभी हार कर जीतने वाले को बाजीगर करते हैं, एंड देन ही गोज बैक एंड से क्या कहते हैं, एंड शी जस्ट इज सो mesmerized dude, and then it goes on to become मेरा दिल था अकेला तूने खेला ऐसा खेला। लाइक मेरे को तो बहुत ही ऐसे वो गाना बहुत ही ज्यादा पसंद है। मतलब म्यूजिक इन जनरल इज क्वाइट अमेजिंग, एंड so yeah, like all the fantasization, I approve very much. I was like in the theater also, I was like, Kajol, yes, I feel the same girl, same go girl, go on a date with him. He's a killer, but please, he killed your sister, but you need to date him and fall in love with his Baazigar of hearts.
But now that you have mentioned it, I want to point out, I think I told you guys this after the movie, but that scene where he tells her that कभी कभी कुछ हासिल करने के लिए कुछ हारना भी पड़ता है, and हार के जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं. That's the only point of time in the movie that they actually
They say.
reference what a bazigar is, and like that
Yeah.
it's like foreshadowing. It's also like a metaphor for the movie. But I really like that the movie did not have to dumb it down for you. Like even at the end when he manages to kill Madan Chopra, even if it means his own death, it was in a way, in a sense, a victory for him. they didn't have to, explicitly put that dialogue there, zabardasti again, and be like, कि देखो, हार कर जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं. Like, it was understood that the audience will know that the movie is not called Baazigar because he won a car race. The movie is called Baazigar because, he hatched this elaborate plan that resulted in, like, a lot of bad things for him, but at the same time, he achieved what he was going after. And I just hate that, Indian cinema today is not, at least Hindi cinema today is not like that anymore. Like, you don't have that implicitness in
हाँ,
the plot.
they
Like,
Dumb
you
completely
down
don't
break it
give
करके
down.
बताते हैं
the,
तुम
yeah,
सब.
you dumb it down so much, you don't give the audience the benefit of the doubt anymore. Like, that, just giving Donkey as an example, but like, they had to spell out what happened at the end where, the
Yeah.
passports were exchanged and all that. I'm like, यार लोग समझ जाते, इसको पूरा बताने की जरूरत नहीं थी. But yeah, I really like that. Like, the movie was the plot was so subtle and so just really well done.
And you know
Yeah.
what I also loved a lot in that scene, like that is an iconic scene in all ways possible. But even though they don't spell out Bazigar, the last sequence is the background music of the fight action is also the title track song somewhere. And in the end, like the music, the song plays in a slow version of Mujhko Galat Mat Samajhna, Main Nahi Badal Awara. एंड लाइक आई ऑलवेज थिंक ऑफ इट कि जब मूवी में भी उसके फैंटेसी में भी वो जो बाल खोल के लाइक देयर इज अ एंग्री शाहरुख हु सेज मैं नहीं बादल आवारा दिल की दीवारों पे नाम लिखा है तो मैं लाइक इट जस्ट अ कॉल बैक टू वहां पे भी आई ऑलवेज थिंक कि अच्छा ठीक है they are giving us some foreshadowing in the movie. So yeah, that was my notice of the music being used.
Yeah, dude, like what are those lyrics that you're remembering? कोई chance ही नहीं है याद रखने का. That was insane. But yeah, I mean that to that point ना मतलब मैंने ये नहीं realize किया था पहले like that they're not dumbing it down because उस लेंस से आप सोचते नहीं हो मूवी के बारे में. But that whole trajectory and the movie in general doesn't try to explain things to you. You're supposed to just get it. If he's assuming somebody's identity, है ना मतलब वो सब आप चीजें it's never at any point is he breaking his intentions down. Well, obviously he goes into some backstory, but it's never, the movie never at any point slows down for you.
मतलब
Yeah,
वो
they
नहीं
never have
explain
to
really
करता है
fast.
उस
explain.
चीज को.
हाँ,
हाँ.
yeah, the movie's
वो
pace is constantly going, and you're just supposed to sort of keep up with it. And obviously that has you completely engrossed. Matlab, it's not like I couldn't even look at my phone for too long. कि अच्छा नहीं यार, just even to text you guys or write something down for this, but I was completely
Engaged.
engrossed to this film,
Yeah.
completely engaged, man. That was too good. Yeah.
And there were थोड़ी सी details that they got right. That जो शुरू में वो बोलता है ना कि 2 साल पहले बैंगलोर एयरपोर्ट जो भी there was a crash that happened and the
Yeah, yeah.
parents were lost for original OG Vicky Malhotra. When he is explaining this to Madan Chopra, जब वो बोलता है engagement करनी है and all that, he doesn't say 2 years then, they say 3 years. Like मतलब वो 1 साल बीत
एक
गया
साल
है
बीत
उस
गया,
बात के
yeah.
बाद. So I found it really like I really noticed it and I found that good use of time gaps
Yeah.
gaps
No, I
that
was
they
thinking
put in it.
about the Mohabbatein episode that we did where we were arguing about how
Time.
long the movie was going on for.
हाँ.
In this movie, very conveniently, they had people say कि सीमा की मौत को 6 महीने हो गए हैं. सीमा को गुजरे में 1
Yeah.
साल हो गया
हो गया
है.
है.
Okay, so that's how we know time is
True.
progressing. This is not all happening in 1 month.
Yeah, and so
But
I'm
हाँ
going
मतलब
to
उसमें
start talking
विश्वास.
about. So go ahead.
मतलब I was saying कि उसको मदन चोपड़ा gives him the power of attorney like he had actually
Yeah.
done with the father, not just by just Vishwas, like 1 साल after Seema's death this happened, so it makes me believe it a little bit more. So that's
Yeah.
like that time thing. I think they did right.
Yeah. So there are obviously like small things that we've seen Shah Rukh do in this movie, right? One is that eating that paper. There are 2-3 times where like his expression completely changes. One is when you pointed out when he's singing that song, Mujhko Galat Mat Samajhna, and at that point his expression changes. It's also when Ye Kali Kali Aankhein song comes, like that scene is very cool. Like they're both having a good time and they're about to leave, and the actual Vicky Malhotra sees him and sort of says, "Arey Ajay, kaisa hai tu?" and all of that. So for 3-4 times he denies it completely, right? But
Then he
the when
loses his shit.
but then he loses his shit, and at that point his eyes sort of flare up, and he starts fighting him. And then you see कि he's in control at times, but अंदर से वो he has that sort of raging psychopath thing going on,
Yeah.
and he completely loses his shit. That was one thing that I really liked.
Even when the cop
Secondly,
asked him, like, who were you talking to on the
yeah,
phone? And it was such an
yeah.
innocent question. And then he just, like, out of the blue got so infuriated.
तुमको
Like,
क्या
yeah.
लगता है ये मैं किसकी मदन चोपड़ा की बेटी की शादी की दुनिया जहान के फोन लाइक द एंगर oh he gets it so like
Ye-
so
It's
amazingly he
the
gets it.
eyes, man. Shah Rukh's eyes act like I don't think obviously there are different skills of actors across Bollywood. Won't get into that, but nobody's eyes I think act as well as Shah Rukh's does. So this is in this movie. There's the first time I think it came out in his career, but it required that menacing role, of course. But that was so well done. Like, and
I
it
think Abbas
starts in the
Mustan got
starting.
it right also because they had a lot of eye shots. Like the movie had a lot
Yeah.
of close-ups of SRK throughout the movie. मैंने जब
And the eyes played an
like
important role, no? I mean, the lens and the no lens wala whole thing, that whole thing played a very good role to it.
yeah, the
But
eyes don't like chica, but they do. क्या यार वो लेंस वाला सीन क्या अमेजिंग है यार वो जब वो आंख like they have
that's
tilted it
yeah,
and they've done it
that's
ना
also
like I
slightly
somehow
improvised.
tilted also like I also like अच्छा हाँ ये ऐसे कर रहे हैं मैं भी ऐसे ही देखूंगी.
That also like Shah Rukh improvised a little in the sense that you feel that urgency, right? When you're watching it, will he get that? I thought remember the scene as कि maybe he doesn't find the lens and finds another way around it, but he desperately looks for it, and he improvises the whole thing. That whole frantic nature that comes to his body language, that was whole Shah Rukh. I read about this.
लोग बहुत सारा behind the scenes देख के आए हो. I am learning things in this podcast. Like,
Yeah, no. And one last thing that I noticed was towards the end, right? And like I've said this multiple times during the podcast, is I really like slightly realistic action scenes. I don't like completely realistic करके क्या करना है वो तो असली में लड़ाई तुम देख ले वहीं पे. But थोड़ा Bollywood के real में, you don't want extra sort of
Bollywood का
in the real Bollywood it should be realistic.
like it's
Shah Rukh,
realistic enough for Bollywood, not to the extent that you're watching like a Rohit Shetty film where cars are flying in the air.
yeah,
Matlab, little bit in between.
So throughout the last climax, Shah Rukh is holding on to his right arm because Madan Chopra when he
yeah
enters, he
I
shoots
noticed
him.
it.
He shoots
I
him.
noticed
Even when
it.
he's punching, he with his left arm
He's
he
like
holds on to his
ऐसे
right arm and then shoot and punches him. Throughout he's holding on to it. And I found this such a nice little detail. Whoever added it, like okay, most of the time you don't expect it, na? They would show he would just sort of get over
he'll
it and you
become
would
the
want to
hero
buy it.
and be like हाँ
You would buy it कि ठीक है चलता है, but in this no, like he was holding on to. He's not like a very strong fighter. He's just extremely intelligent and cunning and ruthless.
In that
That's
and
fight
he
scene, by
only
the way,
stops
in that
हाँ
fight
बोल
scene,
बोल
if you watch it again, the that scene where he drops a fish tank on top of someone, it's a
शीशे
mannequin.
सारे दिखाए हैं ऐसे घुस
It's
अच्छा
a
Oh my
mannequin
mannequin
lying on the
God.
ground. You can see it.
No,
Like,
that's the
if
wrong
you
scene.
just
Yeah.
yeah. There's a
Yeah.
mannequin
oh
lying
I
on the
thought तो
ground
बोल
when he
रही
drops the fish tank on top
The
of
the
it.
the scene you're talking about, Preeti, is when he takes a guy, holds him by his neck,
और
smashes
उसको
his head
दरवाज
into the
हाँ
mirror, and rubs it in. So all the
शीशे
glass
से चिपके
pieces.
होते हैं उसके
हाँ, and
हाँ
they
so
show close up एकदम कांच निकल रहा है उसके मुंह से यार. That was a little bit too much उस time पे ये क्या चल रहा है. And the one of the like when I was watching the movie, there's a couple right in front of me. So the girl was watching it the first time. उसके reactions इतने insane थे ना after the movie, so enamored. It's like मैं पहली बार ये movie देख रही हूँ ये कितनी अच्छी movie थी. अब क्यों नहीं आती है ये ऐसी movies?
yeah we relate with
Oh,
that.
damn, that was so good.
But did you know
Yeah.
that the scene had two endings? Like Baazigar had two endings. It was shot in two endings. Like
No,
the
did he
one
survive in one ending?
the OG one was कि पुलिस आएगी और उसको लेके जाएगी. That's why वो सक्सेना आता है वहां पे काजल लेके आती है. But that they had shot because everybody in the distributors had said that movie will not be successful because the hero of the movie is dying. तो उसको
It
jail
isn't.
वेल हो जाएगी and all that. So even Rakhi had said कि I don't like the ending and I would not do the movie or something of that sort. But जब उन्होंने वो उसका फर्स्ट कट करके मूवी दिखाई उनको तो people distributors felt कि अच्छा हाँ feel नहीं आ रही है तो then they did the whole OG
Interesting.
Abbas Mastan thing कि
Yeah,
हाँ
I'm
he
glad
ended
they
it
did
Makes sense for him
because
to die.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
makes sense
ending
for him
is
to die.
too iconic and like it I don't think it would have worked as well if something else had happened towards the end. Like it needed
Yeah,
that.
dude, that
Yeah.
that
and they make him
explosion, right?
human
That
like this whole
explosion of rage and relief. He kills him, and then he's sort of, okay, now I can go. I've caused enough destruction in this world.
so I think the movie works because of the Ma angle. Like at least the ending works for me because of the Ma angle because he doesn't kill him. वो जब उसको बोलता है तुम्हें तुम्हारी माँ का वास्ता he
Yeah.
उसी टाइम पे like his expression changes वो छोड़ देता है he doesn't want to kill him anymore and उसको धोखा देता है वो चोपड़ा and then he just puts that rod in him which is so
Yeah.
seeing Shah Rukh die really does something to my heart. But anyway, like I was thinking कि भाई वो मतलब I think it would not have worked if he straight away killed him. मतलब in my head it worked because वो रुक जाता है और उसके अंदर इंसानियत है या जो भी वो अपनी माँ के लिए कर रहा है जो भी कर रहा है that was the feeling that I got when he was killed. So it
I
works for me.
actually don't agree with that. I think it would have worked irrespective because उल्टा मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि this cop is not even his friend. Okay, this cop is just said तुम्हें तुम्हारी माँ का वास्ता है अभी तू कौन होता है आके तेरी माँ का वास्ता देने वाला why should I listen to you? I want to kill this guy. He's done like you know all sorts of shit to my family. I think if he had killed Madan Chopra in that minute and then gone to jail, it would have still worked. I think if he had killed Madan Chopra and then died immediately after without even interacting with his mother, it would have still worked because for me personally, the movie, the last 5-6 minutes is not as important as the entire movie itself. Like the movie was so mind blowing. At that point, I think Madan Chopra definitely had to die one way or another. Going to jail would not have probably worked out as an ending. But I don't think कि माँ का angle आना जरूरी था. उल्टा मेरे को लगता है राखी was time pass only in the film. Sorry guys, but yeah, I was.
So I'll tell you why this ending works better, and it's again because of this one scene, right? So when he says तुम्हें तुम्हारा माँ का वास्ता है, and he lets him go, and then Madan Chopra takes out the saria and stabs him with it,
Yeah.
and
That
he's
he uses
laughing,
the same one. Yeah, that scene definitely
and
was
he's
worth
laughing,
having.
and Shah Rukh Khan is sort of there in pain, and then he starts laughing. Dude, that
That was
expression, like I'm getting
epic.
goosebumps right now to like remembering that scene. And then Madan Chopra's face is stricken with fear कि यार ये कैसा आदमी, because he's so driven by that revenge कि no, okay, I will kill, मैं मर तो नहीं रहा हूँ तुझे मारने से पहले. And he's like his obviously wet face Shah Rukh, I mean sweating and blood is all over, and then he's laughing. He's psychotic, that manic rage in him, and then obviously kills him. They fall off the cliff. That scene I think is so well done. That really adds to the climax.
That is the scene
वो
that
ना
I
होता तो
remember
I
from
would
my
have felt
childhood. Like I think
I would have
मतलब
felt something
that
was
I
missing.
remember
हाँ.
seeing कि ये हुआ था कि वो मतलब दोनों गिर गए थे.
Yeah.
I had forgotten कि वो उस हालत में भी वो भाग के अपनी माँ के पास जाता है. Like that part I'm
हाँ,
like
I
I'm
also
kind
forgot
of
that.
indifferent about. But that scene definitely where like he uses the same rod that's been inserted into him to kill him to then kill Madan Chopra. That was definitely epic.
Because
मेरे को तो वो
the
लास्ट
whole
सीन भी अच्छा लगता है लेकिन जब वो बोलता है अब मैं सोना चाहता हूँ माँ लाइक
हाँ
मैं तो
मैं
रो रही
मैं
थी
वहीं
यार
वहीं रोया था
मतलब
यार, मतलब वो अपनी माँ के उसमें रो रहा है मतलब मैं तो आई वाज ठीक है, दिस इज वेरी इमोशनल, आई
I
वाज
think
क्राइंग
I
लाइक
was just
एनीथिंग.
मेरे थिएटर में लोग इतना ज्यादा मजे में थे that I did not get emotional at any point in the movie. Like I was just fully engaged and entertained the whole time. Just like I don't know if I should say this, but when the song this thing काली काली आंखें was going on, somebody next to me like, इसकी ना आंखें काली है ना गोरी हाल है. I was like, everyone around started laughing. Okay, it was so funny. I was like, wow, I can't be emotional while watching this movie in this environment at all. So
हमारा तो बहुत सीरियस था
for
काफी.
for me it was that scene जब मैं थोड़ा लूज कर गई थी और like when I started commenting जब वो ऑफिस बुलाता है शाहरुख को पावर ऑफ अटॉर्नी देने के लिए उसे बोलता है कि ऑफिस आ जाओ मुझे तुमसे कुछ पर्सनल बात करनी है एंड आई फाउंड इट लाइक फॉर सम रीजन आई फाउंड इट सो फनी कि उसने उसको पर्सनल क्या है मतलब तो प्रॉपर्टी के पेपर्स दे रहा है ऑफिस क्यों बुला रहा है उससे पर्सनल बात करने के लिए बट या लाइक So much fun I had watching this movie. Oh my
So
God, I
you,
can go
Preeti,
on
you're
and on.
continuing your sequence of identifying this one random scene which really just struck out for no reason.
यार मेरे
कौन
को
सा
तो
सीन है
like
यार? ये कैसे इम्पोर्टेंट है प्लॉट में कि तुम आ जाओ पर्सनल बात करनी है? कितना कुछ हुआ था
वो
उस मूवी में? कितना कुछ हुआ था?
मेरे को funny लगा. That's something I found it funny that he like very
Yeah.
Madan Chopra that he wants to do this thing personal बात करनी है, which is a big
Mm,
thing, but वो उसको ऑफिस बुलाता है. Anyway, हाँ, that
yeah.
is just my take on the thing. And I think now should we go to quiz now, or do we want to discuss some more
Sim
scenes
Sim
that we want
Simp
to
moments
call
करते
moments,
हैं.
out?
bro.
हाँ, रिव्यू करने की
Oh,
जरूरत
we
नहीं है.
done.
5 star will
Yeah,
always watch
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But has to be
Definitely.
Yeah,
Shah Rukh
yeah,
5
Khan.
out
yeah.
of
I will
5.
not watch it for anybody else.
Every movie
This has to be Shah
henceforth
Rukh.
will be judged on a scale of
And
zero,
Baazigar.
Zero to
zero the
Baazigar.
movie, zero the movie to Baazigar the
Zero to
movie.
movie to Baazigar the movie.
Not 0 star to 5 star, like 0 the movie to Baazigar the movie.
Oh God, this is the official SRK movie scale from now on. Zero the
Yes.
movie to Baazigar the movie.
Until
Where do you
something
rank it?
better comes. Like Baazigar is
Yeah,
top spot right now.
it's too good. Yeah.
And yeah,
So
definitely,
we're all
I don't think it would have worked with any other actor. I don't think
nobody else. I
anyone
don't
else could
think
have
so.
pulled
Yeah.
it off. I mean, it
Uh,
might have been an entertaining story. It would not have been the iconic pop culture phenomenon that it is
yeah.
today if for anyone else.
And one more thing, right? So this is, I think everybody knows this, understands this. But this was a very risky move for like Shah Rukh to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he's explained later that he was never trying to be a star, never trying to be this big. He was wanted to do good roles and good acting. But still, like choosing a movie which is a clearly villainous character who's murdering innocent people left, right, and center, where it's the zone of actually family movies and good, very sanskari bacche and all of that. And here comes this guy playing like a complete, almost a villainous character, anti-hero, but a completely villainous character. उसका
It
background
also,
story है बस उसके लिए.
yeah, it
Yeah,
also becomes a little bit of a box office hindrance, right? If you're releasing a
yeah,
non-family friendly movie, it's going to make
yeah.
less money. Like that, at least might have been the assumption back then. But I don't think that happened with Baazigar or with like probably Dar
Yeah,
or
it did.
Anjam.
Yeah,
Any of
Dar
the
came
roles
like
that he
40
did.
days after this. Yeah, Dar came 40 days after. So obviously they bet on Shah Rukh to deliver these two movies while it was in production. He will deliver, and both of them knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, looking at Preeti's expression, I feel like you just spoiled one more of her quiz questions with that Dar wala. With the
No, I
moment
don't
you
think
said
so.
40 days and Dar, she's just suddenly like, ayo.
Oh shit.
No, I will answer it only. But so in Dar and in क्या नाम है बाजीगर, both में जो friend है, who is the like Vicky, like in both
Yeah.
the movies it's the same guy. I know you wouldn't have gotten that answer anyways.
Oh यार, मुझे डर ऐसे डिटेल में उसका दोस्त नहीं याद है मुझे, बाकी
मैंने तो
डिटेल्स
देखी
याद
नहीं
है.
है.
The
मतलब
the
बचपन में
friend
देखी है
plays
but
a
I don't
very
count
important
that.
role.
I think
I saw
बचपन में
it
देखी है. I don't
last
know
year,
अगर
but
बचपन में देखी है.
breaks में टीवी पे देख रहा था, थोड़ी करके देखी थी.
मेरे को कुछ
So
scenes
cool, I
याद है
think.
उसके. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're not talking about that
So
today. We're talking about Baazigar.
let's go to sim moments.
Yeah.
Then we can go to the quiz. Yeah.
Diksha, you go first.
Dude, it's so hard to think of just one because like it's okay. I honestly I know that he was like this very serious and matlab almost antagonistic character in this film, but the scene with Shilpa Shetty right at the beginning of the movie with just that song
Yeah, very
Kitabe
cute.
Bahut,
Yeah,
it's so cute and he's doing
so
that
cute.
pouting thing with his face and he keeps shaking his nose and his mouth and it's just so cute and so whimsical and so not like the character at all that I really liked it.
Yeah.
And I think if I have to say simp moment, then definitely that'll be one. I have more, but I don't want to say them because I think I'll take away from what Diggy's gonna say, and then he's again gonna be like, "तुम लोग मेरे सारे simp moments ले लेते हो." So Diggy, go ahead, all yours.
हाँ, तो my sim moment is that when he tears off that paper, and it's not that he tears. So when he finds his photo right in Anjali's suitcase, and he tears it up and he eats it, right? That obviously very well done. But immediately after that, there's a slight smile on his face. He smiles after that. I mean, look at like वो शाहरुख क्या सोच रहा हो यार, मैं उसको कितना साइकोटिक बना सकता हूँ. मैं पेपर भी खा जाऊंगा और मैं हंस भी देता हूँ उस पे. Like I've just this murder woman's body is lying in this suitcase right next to me, and I will smile because I ate the paper.
Innocent woman's
That
body.
yeah, a complete innocent woman's body, and that was just that was so well done in terms of pure acting and how powerful that scene was, and to showing the depth of that character, how far gone he is. I think that was brilliant. That was mine. I also just
एक ही
say
है
one
आज
of the
Diggy.
You're
I
not
want
going to
to
talk
add
about
one more.
the race wala?
rights. अरे
मतलब
If you're not talking about it, then I will talk about it.
no, yeah, I clicked like multiple photos of that. अरे तो मतलब that whole race scene, why I clicked that photo was because that race scene is something that I remembered from the movie Baazigar, from the first time I watched it to the second time I watched it, which was quite a few years. Like जब मैं अपने बड़ा होके जब मैंने देखी थी, this is what I remembered कि this is this fancy movie जिसमें वो एक Formula One, obviously not, it's not Formula One, but that's how it came to my mind कि वो Formula One type race करता है, and he's wearing that helmet, and when he's taking off that helmet, and this
Everything
they
about
again
that scene is
they
so
they again
beautiful.
focus on the eyes. They focus on the eyes quite a
He
bit.
shakes his
That's what I wanted to
hair,
capture.
like all that
Yeah.
sweat coming off, and like yes, that I think when I watched Baazigar, I finally got what you guys were saying about the wet Shah Rukh face. I was like, fuck
Wet
yes,
Shah Rukh face.
that is
Yeah.
really something. And then the whole scene with
Yeah,
Kajol where he's like, हार कर जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं, क्या कहते हैं? And she's just like, बाजीगर. That was super sim
oh,
moment.
कितना
True,
cute scene है
true.
यार वो. I really love that scene. Oh my God, so cute. I also like now I will go to my simp moment. It's
बोलिए
very
बोलिए.
difficult to choose in this one. I think couple of scenes with Shilpa, like in the party also, when he's शीशे के पीछे, he's not given any dialogues in that scene, and still he's making these time. और वो शीशे एक शीशा नहीं है तो वो आ रहा है उसको बोलने को something something, like he's expressing his dialogues without saying anything, and I found that extremely cute. Also like which like I'm saying Shilpa's scenes when he throws her out of like the building where उसको शादी करने के बहाने जब उसे छत पे ले जाता है और वो उसके पैर के पास जाता है, कुछ कुछ उससे प्यारी वाली बातें करता है, वो एकदम से देयर इज दिस एक्सप्रेशन चेंज और बोलता है कि मुझे माफ कर देना सीमा, एंड देन ही जस्ट थ्रोज हर ऑफ.
मैं
एंड
तो मैं
ही
आजाद कर
जस्ट
रहा हूँ ऐसे ऐसे
ये तुम्हारा
statements में.
simp
हाँ मैं
moment
तो
था.
मतलब I don't know
When he
why I
kills
was
her.
simping for him, but he's just like
Okay.
मतलब I don't know if this is an acting
No, wait.
moment, but a simp
Are you
moment. But
simping for his acting, or are you simping for how he was looking? Clarify कर
I'm
दो.
simping for his acting here, and also like
Say,
वो कितने
say that with
nonchalantly
a
जब वो
little bit
नीचे
more conviction. Say that with a little bit more conviction.
Preeti is like thinking about it. Preeti, are you okay? Do we need to send help? Blink twice.
मतलब और so वो जब वो अमीर हो जाता है ना, मतलब जब वो एक साल से उसके साथ रह रहा होता है,
Yeah.
तो वो ऐसे मोनोटोन के कलर के सूट्स पहनने लगता है and all that. I really also leather jacket Shah Rukh also a lot here. Like I
Yeah.
loved a lot of the fashion as well, and I also had one more simple moment which I have totally forgotten now. But
But there are a
like
lot in
so
this movie. You can just take a point and that he would
मतलब
have
वो
done something in
absorb
there.
या मतलब जब वो ऑब्जर्वेंट इतना दिखाया है, जब वो जॉनी लीवर आ रहा होता है, उसको फोन कॉल आता है, जब जॉनी लीवर अटेंड्स इट एंड ही इज कमिंग आउट, ही जस्ट सीज हिम एंड ही जस्ट नोज समथिंग इज like I think I really like every time they show Shah Rukh as a character very observant in general. Like that's my note like I noticed that a lot. But yeah,
I'll tell you.
lots.
So one more moment where really good acting and kind of a same moment is before the song "Ye Kali Kali Aankhein," when she goes to meet Karan, alag se the inspector, and Kaunda, he finds out, he knows, and till then he's been really nice, right? To Kajol,
Yeah,
he's been this lover boy. That's the first time that sort of veil sort of comes down, and that inner psychopath sort of comes over because he is in love. He's also a psychopath, and but he's fallen in love. He's jealous also, and he wants to make sure she doesn't actually find out the truth. And he's sort of berating her. तुम कहाँ गई थी? किसको क्यों मिल रही थी?
तुम्हारी
And
दोस्त का नाम मिस करण है.
yeah,
क्या
and his
एंगर से
again,
बोलता है यार वो.
yeah, and his expression again there. I mean, is like you buy into the fact कि हाँ ये आदमी पागल है यार. he's he's like he's sort of unreliable. कुछ कर सकता है.
I think by then
Like
his
those.
like mental state would have also been काफी destabilized, right? Because he's killed 3 innocent people, and I'm
Yeah,
sure like just the
and
kind of person that
and
he was initially shown to be, that must have been bugging his
Yeah.
conscience. So
Yeah, because I think his idea was never to kill innocent people. Right? It was to get to
You
Madan
never
Chopra.
know that. ऐसा कुछ मतलब दिखाया नहीं, मतलब इतना आसानी से वो मार रहा होता है, लाइक वो जिसको मारता है जब वो
yeah,
सुसाइड
actually
लेटर
maybe
टाइप
we're
करता है.
No,
projecting
no,
हाँ.
कि
no,
Shah
no.
Rukh
He
Khan है
kills.
तो he
नहीं
must
नहीं,
have
I'll
been
tell
a
you,
good
no.
guy
It
only दिल से. वो तो
अरे, it makes
circumstances
sense
ने
ना.
उसको बुरा बना
Listen to
दिया.
me. Listen to me. It makes sense. His idea is to marry one of the daughters and overthrow this guy
Chopra.
and sort of get his Chopra, right? But then when she says that he will never accept her marriage and is marrying her somewhere else, and she will run away, and they will, she will uh, sort of she will be disowned or something like that. So he knows that's not the way to Madan Chopra anymore.
But
So now
actually,
he has to get her out of the way.
I don't think Seema ever said that my dad will never accept you. It was always Ajay that said कि your dad will never accept me. So I'm not sure if
हाँ,
that
वो
was his
हमेशा ये
end
बोलता
game.
है,
Yeah, I was
क्योंकि सीमा
actually
बोलती है कि मैं मना लूंगी, मैं मना लूंगी, मैं मना
हाँ,
लूंगी, लेकिन नहीं. See, it's not about acceptance, it's
it's
about
about gaining trust.
enamored. जितना enamored, और ये वो ट्रस्ट वो विक्की मल्होत्रा के नाम से हो सकता था. पैसा है उसके पास, he is not a nobody there, उसका स्पोर्ट्स कार का बिजनेस है, रेस करता है, he is that guy.
Yeah.
So I think that trust was a major factor. तभी वो उसको हमेशा बोलता है कि I'm just a मामूली आदमी. Seema never, like, there's never that conversation that Seema says it. सीमा तो
Yeah.
यही बोलते हैं कि मैं मना लूंगी, मुझसे प्यार करते हैं, मैं उनकी बड़ी बेटी
Yeah,
हूँ, blah blah blah.
but I think his plan still isn't to kill her, is to eventually make something, get married to her, get accepted, and then do something. But then she says, no, I'm being married off, so we have to get married right now. And then he knows that he now have to change things around and focus on Kajol now. I think that's
Yeah, also now that we're talking about the scene, जो suicide note होता है वो भी हिंदी में था. Did you get notice that वो हिंदी में
yeah,
साइन
yeah,
करते हैं उसको? I loved that कि इतना हिंदी का वो था कि the only English word that I remember from that movie is vertigo. Like मैंने शायद से vertigo क्या होता है भी वहीं से सीखा था, जैसे मैंने power of attorney सीखी थी. मतलब say something about my education of it. but ठीक है.
yeah. Cool. I think we should move on from this. Was the longest segment ever, but I think it deserves it. Okay, Preeti, do you have a quiz for us this time?
Yes, I do. बहुत सारे questions तो तुम लोगों को already मेरे guess कर लिए थे, तो मैं क्योंकि sad हूँ, but I still have
Every
a
bit
bunch of
of
them.
trivia that anyone would share on the group, Preeti would be like, अरे यार मेरा एक और
अरे
question कट
यार
गया.
तो पहले हम लोग कुछ तो मतलब मूवी के बारे में जान कर आएंगे ना, या कुछ तो पता होगा. ऐसे थोड़ी ना एकदम नया है हमारे लिए सब कुछ.
इसलिए मैं ट्रिविया पूछ ही नहीं रही हूँ ज्यादा. I will mostly ask questions from the movie, like the observant bee that I
अबे
am.
यार
ये
ये
तो
नहीं
मैं
यार.
नहीं होगा.
ये मेरा भी
Okay,
नहीं होगा.
चलो.
This is
Diggi
very
is equally
difficult.
bad, so maybe I have a chance.
But मैंने easy question बनाने की कोशिश की है. तो okay, so now we go. First question is actually a trivia question. As we discussed that it was a very risky role for Shah Rukh to take, and a lot of people actually said no to the movie. Who were the actors who actually were the first choice for the movie, and who all did actually say no?
I think Ajay Devgan.
There
Salman
were
Khan was
multiple,
there.
so whoever gets the most
Salman
name.
Khan, Amir Khan definitely said no to this.
Amir Khan no, but ठीक है,
Amir Khan is,
बोलो.
Salman Khan था for sure.
Yeah, Salman Khan is right.
Ajay Devgan is right or no?
Yeah, Ajay Devgan's right.
Okay, so we're at one each. Who else
One
could it
each.
have been?
How many more are there?
Sanjay Dutt? Maybe, I don't know.
No, not Sanjay Dutt. There are two more.
Arbaz Khan.
Yes.
What, really?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
remember
God.
reading this thinking, what were they thinking? Arbaz
There
Khan?
was one
What's
more.
wrong
There
with
was
him?
one more. There was one more though. You still have chance, Diksha.
What, Sohail Khan now?
No, he wasn't even in the
No.
picture.
Okay, maybe I'll say अरे यार धर्मेंद्र के बेटे का नाम क्या है? Sunny Deol.
Sunny Deol.
Sorry.
No.
Okay.
As nepo as it gets, but no.
Who else
एक और
were
chance
उस टाइम पे
देते
actors
कौन
हैं.
back
था?
then? Was
अक्षय
it
कुमार
Deepak
तब तक
Tijori?
इतना wasn't. He wasn't there.
So I have a fun
No,
story. It was not Deepak's
yeah.
story, but yeah, you want
I
to
know-
go
I
about
know
it?
that story.
Diggi, go about it.
Yeah. So apparently the idea behind Baazigar was Deepak Tijori's. So I mean,
Wow.
this movie is inspired somewhat of a remake or inspired. I haven't seen the actual movie of a Hollywood movie. तो उसने उसकी स्क्रिप्ट ला के gave it to Abbas Mustan and said कि this movie will like
Yeah, we should
probably
do
do
and
well
मेरे को cast कर
and
लो.
मेरे को cast कर लो, and eventually they ended up
So then
not
I was
casting
right,
him.
no? He was one of the people that was considered and not. I'm also too, okay?
No, he was the only one who considered himself.
चलो ठीक है. अब एक और like I will give you 10 seconds more. Whoever gets another name wins it.
I
Otherwise
don't
we're
have
tied,
any,
right?
so I think no, Diggi got it. Deepak Tijori is technically incorrect, so it's okay.
अब but कौन था actor? अजय देवगन उसने बोल दिया,
Sunil
ये बोल
Shetty.
दिया,
Anil Kapoor.
doctor.
Anil
Oh,
Kapoor.
Anil Kapoor.
Anil.
Okay.
Anil
Anil
Kapoor.
Kapoor,
He was big then.
Salman
Yeah.
Khan were big, were the first choices.
Yeah.
They both said
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Akshay
Makes
Kumar
sense.
also was asked for it, and Arbaz Khan. So these were the people. So
हाँ,
okay,
Akshay
so
Kumar would have been asked for him because he
yeah,
did Khiladi with them. So
So
did
Ajay
Deepak
Devgan
Tijori.
was asked or no? Did I even get 1 point?
yeah, he was asked. He was asked.
Okay.
He was asked. Yeah.
She's listing the actors.
Did I
She never
not?
mentioned no.
Okay,
So anyway,
cool.
but Diggy gets this. So
Alright.
okay. Second question. Diggy just mentioned that this movie was actually inspired from another Hollywood movie. Abbas Mustan say no to it, but there is a specific scene which was taken from the movie. Tell me the name of the movie or the scene, or the scene which is actually exact copy of that movie.
From the movie this copied from.
Yeah,
मतलब
like
supposedly
the
copied.
idea was inspired. Yeah, supposedly.
Yeah. यार मतलब is a kiss from something, ऐसा कुछ है मूवी का नाम, मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है, मैंने पढ़ा था, ऐसा कुछ है, a kiss from something. That's what I remember. I know
Yeah,
Disha
I
has
have no
zero
idea.
idea what this
So,
movie is. Look
I
at her
didn't even
face.
know it was like a Hollywood inspired movie.
And I think the lens scene was there from there. Lens scene also is inspired from somewhere. It's a tribute to a particular scene. That is for sure there.
But it's not the lens scene. Apart from like,
I don't know.
yeah, the movie is called The Last Kiss Before Dying. So I don't
Kiss
know,
before,
0.25 for guessing kiss. But the
Okay.
but the scene
Yeah,
is
kiss.
actually when he throws Shilpa Shetty
Shilpa
from the
Shetty.
building.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
about to be the
the
second answer. Shit, but okay. नहीं, एक और iconic scene जो याद था. Okay, cool. I'm at
ठीक है.
1.25 then.
Yes, 1.25.
Okay, cool.
Which city do they go to do the race in? The Drive to
Goa.
Survive race.
No, oh shit.
Chennai?
Did you go Goa? Chennai.
Yes, Diksha got it. It's
अरे
Madras.
यार
Yay!
दोस्त से चेन्नई यार. South याद
It's
था
actually
मुझे.
Madras
That's
in the
fine.
movie. But ठीक है. Okay, tell me the singer and choreographer of Kali Kali Aankhein. It's very iconic, so I'm
Saroj
guessing
Khan,
you would know that.
choreographer. Saroj
Is the
Khan.
choreographer? Yes.
हाँ.
Who's the singer?
Abhishek? No.
Singer Abhishek Khan.
Arey, nahi, Abhishek nahi. I was thinking of someone else. Kumar Sanu.
Abhijit, you were singing.
Yeah, I
Kumar
was
Sanu,
thinking of
yes.
Abhijit. Yeah. Kumar Sanu.
So you get 1 each. Yeah,
Okay.
because he guessed.
So now Diggy is at 2.25
2.25.
and I am at 2.
Disha's at 2. God bless that kiss.
I have the power to take that 2.25 away, by the way. Okay, but you have another chance. Johnny Lever's character is pretty like iconic in the movie. So it's a 3-part question. What is the name of
Babulal.
the character? Yes. What is his job designation in the movie?
Head servant.
Head servant.
Yes.
I said it first.
What I
Yeah,
said
Diksha
was-
got it. Diksha got it first, actually.
अरे यार.
And he hums a song, which actually is his character trait in the movie. Tell me the song. This is right before. नहीं, ये कौन सा गाना है? गाना गाता है वो, हिंदी गाना गाता है जो
मुझे
चाय
लगा
वाले
वो-
सीन से बिल्कुल पहले आता है. But yeah, like he sings a like lyrics of a song. So tell me the song.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Must be
No
something
idea.
about bhulna, yaad na aaye, tujhe something. I don't know.
Yeah, I will give you
Yaadon ki
0.25
baaraat.
here.
Yaadon ki baaraat.
नहीं,
मुझे याद नहीं
नहीं.
है.
I will give Diksha 2.25
DDLJ.
because it's
That's
कभी
fine.
भूला कभी याद किया.
अरे यार ये क्या है यार, ये शॉट इन द एयर है ये तो. उसको कोई आइडिया नहीं है गाना एग्जिस्ट भी करता है, ये कौन सा गाना है.
No, I just
कुछ नहीं
guessed
पता है.
that कुछ याद से related होगा.
What? ये तो उसने बोल दिया
So,
character
wait,
trait
do
है.
I
कुछ
get
भी नहीं बोला डिगी.
how many points do I
You
get
get
for this question in total? Because
2.25.
awesome! I am now 2 points ahead of
What?
Diggy.
You had one question for 3 marks?
Yeah.
ये क्या बकचोदी है? ये तो पहले बताना था ना. ये 3 मार्क पर ये क्या है जितना मैंने गलत एक बार कर दिया. What is this? ये
Babulal
तो
for
बहुत
the
ही गलत
win.
है. ये कैसा क्विज है यार प्रीति? चलो ठीक है आगे चलो.
I will give you redemption point because my next question also has multiple points. So
Oh God. Okay.
there's a lot of overlap in actors between Karan Arjun and Baazigar.
Rakhi, Johnny
Name
Lever,
all this.
ले.
Shah Rukh
तू
Khan.
ले.
काजल. 4 तो बोल दिया यार.
एक और है, एक और दो, एक और which is which you know but you need to tell me. I
That,
will only give you
Rustam,
the-
Dr. Rustam.
उसका
The
नाम
guy.
बता दो. Yeah, tell me his name.
Hasmukh
अरे
Bhai.
यार,
I know
Hasmukh
it's not
bhai.
his name. I just call him Hasmukh Bhai because he's
Something,
laughing all the
something.
time.
Something, Batli wala. No? No.
भाई not in the movie. In movie he is some
और
Barjoda,
यार
Barjodia, Seth,
इतना
but
नहीं यार प्रीति.
चलो
This is
ठीक
too
है.
much.
I will give
उसका
you.
नाम मतलब कैरेक्टर का एक्टर का नाम ये तो बहुत ज्यादा हो गया है.
Dinesh
नहीं.
Shivu is his name though, because he's
Bullshit.
iconic in all
Nobody
these
would have
movies.
gotten it.
But
हाँ नाम नहीं याद रहता. But I got all of them right. 5 सही आए मेरे. मुझे 5 नंबर दो.
मैंने
हर एक
0.5 रखे थे इसमें.
चलो ठीक है.
0.5 marks.
Okay,
This
so
is
now
so good.
now we are wait.
Score क्या है?
I don't know who's keeping score.
I'm at 4.75. Disha is at 4.25, right?
Yeah, so you're 0.5
Yeah.
ahead of me.
0.58. Oh God. This has been the craziest quiz ever. Oh,
अच्छा
good.
ठीक है. I have 2 more questions because I'm
Wow.
really enjoying this quiz right now.
Oh shit. Okay.
अजय शर्मा अपनी माँ के साथ कौन से शहर में रहता है?
पनवेल में. शहर नहीं है
Yes.
वो लोकेलिटी है.
मतलब जो भी कहाँ
नवी
रहता
मुंबई
है.
में.
हाँ,
हाँ
पनवेल.
पनवेल में रहता है. हाँ.
ठीक है. Diggy gets it.
Yeah.
Last question for you guys. अंजलि का फोन कितने बजे आया था?
12 बजे.
नहीं.
11:45 बजे.
नहीं.
I don't
इतना
know.
लेट नहीं आया था यार.
I'm just
9 बजे.
तुक्का मारूंगी.
नहीं. Nobody gets it. It's 10:30 बजे. And काफी बार repeat करते हैं वो movie में. And also, why I'm asked this as a question is also because कि वो scene में actually में घड़ी में 10:30 बजे होता है. Which I found quite cute.
I
But
think
anyway,
the
that was the
number of
quiz.
people in the entire world who have noticed this in the 30 years that this movie has existed is exactly
God.
2. One is the person who set the clock, and 2 is Preeti. Okay, nobody else would have seen this and remembered it.
Oh
मेरे
God.
पास और भी क्वेश्चन थे जो बहुत ही ऐसे ऑब्जर्वेंट वाले थे तो मैंने सोचा हम नहीं रखते. Anyway, Diggy wins it. You're Diggy.
Yes. What a comeback. This was a comeback of a lifetime.
Baazigar, oh Baazigar.
I could tell Diggy wanted it. I'm like, जा तू ही बोल, शाहरुख काजोल, तू ही बोल. मुझे पता है पर मैं नहीं बोलेगी.
Okay.
Okay. I think this brings us to a very fun, long conversation and everything about Shah Rukh and Shah Rukh eyes and Shah Rukh's sweat face, wet face, acting
Blood face.
skills, etc. Blood face, blood-eyed face. So
Tight face.
like love that. But yes, anyway, I think we
Yeah,
are at a close for this
yeah.
podcast.
You watch these movies and you see, oh yeah, this is why I'm a fan. Like this is why I'm a fan. Of course, he has his whole personality outside of cinema and the interviews and all of that. But for movies, this is you see like this is the reason because he can do this on screen and create this magic. वैसी feeling आई मुझे
ग्रिटी
कि this is
कैरेक्टर है यार. मतलब
हाँ.
गिव मी अ ग्रिटी SRK कैरेक्टर
Any day.
and I love it. For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
अब
This was a very fun podcast. You wanna guys tell the next movie that we're doing?
Yes, we
हाँ,
have
मतलब
a
it's not a
guest
guess.
episode again.
Yeah.
And nobody's guessing this time because the movie is decided. We are watching Tak Hai Jaan with a friend of all of us. So look forward to that next week. And yeah, thanks for listening in.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for listening in. Bye bye.
Bye.